Okay, let's look at a calculation of escape velocity. This is the equation for escape velocity. You can derive it using conservation of energy, but we just want to use it to figure out the escape velocity of Earth. Even if you have the correct escape velocity equation and all the numbers, it is possible to still have trouble calculating this because we have some really big numbers. In this case, we're going to calculate the escape velocity of the Earth. So we have the mass of the Earth very large, radius of the Earth very large. Then we have a little tiny number, the universal gravitational constant. And so let's take a look at what it is. I have stored the values in my memory, so if I just hit enter, boom, there it is. But let's go back and put in the numbers, and maybe we can find ways to reduce errors. And so I need square roots. So I do the square root. Notice a little bracket there. Sometimes that's important to make sure you put a closed bracket, not so much here. And then we have 2. And then we want to multiply by big G, which is a tiny little number. And so it's 6.67 times 10 to the minus 11th. But this is a scientific calculator, and we want to use all its capabilities and minimize errors. And so I notice here's a button that says EE. On some scientific calculators, it's EXP. There are other things that might show up, but a scientific calculator is going to have this capability. On my calculator, it's yellow, so I have to hit the second. Same thing I did to get to the square root sign. Then I hit EE. Then I want to put in minus 11th, but I don't use the subtraction sign. I use the minus sign down here, and then I put in 11. And so that is 6.67 times 10 to the minus 11th. Now I want to multiply by the mass of the Earth, so that's 5.98. And again, I want to use times 10 to the 24th, and so I'm going to say second EE, and this time just 24. And then now we need to divide by the radius of the Earth. And so that is 6.37 times 10 to the 6 meters. 6.37, second EE 6. And again, not so important in this one, but it's a good habit to put a closed bracket there. And I get the same number I got using my alphanumerics. And so if you're going to do this for the sun, you put in the mass of the sun and the radius of the sun, or whatever radius you're trying to solve for, and you should be able to get the same answer.